Hey everyone, Meteorologist Joe Martucci here. You see the red around me. We are in storm mode, not for today, but for what we're going to see on Thursday into Friday morning here. We are expecting windswept rain here with tidal flooding as we go starting Thursday morning, ending Friday morning here. You're going to want to make sure you have your devices charged as you go into Thursday night, just in case we get into a power outage. And if you have those inflatable reindeer or Santa, you're going to want to make sure you deflate those as well so they don't go blowing around everywhere. Could we see some snow? It's not ruled out if you're in Bridgeton or Shiloh or Stowe Creek, but for most of the area, in our area at least, we are going to be just all rain here. That measurable snow will be in the northwest Philly suburbs and then as well as areas in northwestern New Jersey. So not our snowstorm here. We still have plenty of winter to go though. Looking at our storm, you talk about different ways we get snow. This is called a Miller B system. So what happens in this case is low pressure is in the Great Plains here. High pressure is over New Jersey, or at least near New Jersey. Now low pressure is going to move into the Midwest. And then eventually what's going to happen is as rain starts here on Thursday morning, that Midwest low pressure system transfers its energy offshore. As that low pressure system moves north, it strengthens. And then eventually that low pressure system in the Midwest joins with the low pressure system climbing up the coast, creating a bigger storm here as it moves into New England or off to sea. So our future cast looking like this. Plenty of clear sky to start off our Wednesday. Temperatures in the low to mid 20s inland, around 32 at the beaches here. We go into Wednesday, thickening clouds during the afternoon. Clouds will continue to pour in overnight. And then, we got a little touch of snow along the Delaware Bayshore and Cumberland County here at 5 a.m. This should start between 5 to 8 a.m. here for most of the region. But if you're in Jackson or Seaside, it might not start till late morning. Remember, we have high pressure in charge. This storm has to eat through that. So we get to 9:30 and eventually 1 o'clock. Now it's raining everywhere. Snow in the northern part of the state, but we are in the 40s. It's a windswept rain all afternoon long. And you see some brighter yellows and oranges. This is when we could see rainfall flooding during our Thursday evening into the night, along with that tidal flooding as well as the strongest winds. Hey, we can't even roll out a rumble of thunder with this as well. And then showers will persist into Friday, even though that main batch of rain pulls away. Even at 3 o'clock, we are still seeing some showers here, although I'll say most of the afternoon is going to be dry. Here's a look at our top wind gusts. Really, if you're along the Delaware Bay, you're in Cape May County or you're east of the Parkway, that's where you could start talking about wind damage. Usually 45 miles an hour is that threshold to do so, to get some tree branches breaking off the trees, some power outages here. The strongest winds would be from an area from about Holgate up the shore into Sandy Hook. And that's because of the way the low pressure is moving. It should be strongest right when that low pressure jumps offshore as we go into our Thursday night. Rainfall totals generally between an inch to an inch and a half. There will be areas of roadway flooding to contend with, separate of the tidal flooding. We are expecting 2 rounds of tidal flooding in Ocean and Monmouth counties here during the Friday high tides. Then Cape May and Atlantic looks to just be the Friday morning high tide. We're catching a break because we are at the quarter moon, which brings those naturally lower tides. Plus, if you're in Cape May and Atlantic counties, those winds flip to the northwest just in time for that Friday midday to early afternoon high tide. So in Cape May, this is what we could see during those high tide times, especially again that Friday early morning one here. Congress Street sees some water on it. Sunset Boulevard sees partially submerged roadways. We go to Atlantic City here. We are expecting some more submerged waters in those areas in blue, which is in Venice Park, as well as Snug Harbor and some places over near the inlet here. So for your Wednesday morning, temperatures starting out in the mid-20s to upper 20s, getting up to the 35-degree mark by 10 a.m. Plenty of sunshine for the morning. Clouds build in during the afternoon. It's a chillier day with highs again in the low 40s. Then Wednesday night, this is important. The further inland you are, the colder you are, and that's why we do have that not ruled out risk for some snow along the Bay Shore in Cumberland County here. It's a right blend of timing as well as those colder temps, where low temperatures in Bridgeton, 25 degrees. You go to EHT, we're looking at 30. One more thing, too. This is our last day of our earliest sunset. So sunsets at 4:34 today, but we are only getting later from there. Conversely, our sunrises still getting later. We won't see that really reverse until about January 8th. Here's a look at our inland 7-day forecast for you. So again, strong onshore wind on Thursday. A lot of rain to talk about. Some coastal flooding as well. Friday, showers mainly in the morning. The weekend, drier and eventually colder. Our first evening of Hanukkah as we go into Sunday, the high temperature only around 40 degrees. And we'll stay on the cooler side as we go into the early part.